channel Classfly Community. So today we will be doing a brief revision of the DC circuit. So the first topic is the Ohm's law, as we have done for the lecture 1. So in a brief way, if we want to say that, it is the relationship between voltage, current and the resistor. So it will be a circuit like this, which will be having a voltage and there will be a flow of current in the pathway. Okay, so it is the relationship between V equal to IR, or in sentence if you say, Ohm's law states that the current through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to the potential difference across the 2 points and inversely proportional to the resistance between them. So Ohm's law will have a current flow between 2 points and there will be a potential difference or voltage between the 2 points and it will be inversely proportional to the resistance between them. Let's move on to the next, that is a KCL and KVL. That means we have done this in the lecture 2 and KVL in the lecture 3. So KCL states that sum of all currents entering a node is equal to all the sum of currents leaving a node. As I told you in the lecture, that think it as a train. If a train arrives at a station, it will have to leave the station, right? Or this train starting from a origin will have to come back to its origin. Similarly, so for the incoming currents, we will take it as positive, and for outgoing currents, we will take it as negative. So whenever there is a junction, there are trains will come, but from there also some trains will leave. So here the sum of the input is equal to the sum of the output. Okay, so as our I2, I4, I5 are the incoming currents, we will denote it as positive. Similarly, I1 and I3 is outgoing, so we will denote it as negative. So when we shift the positions, we get I2 plus I4 plus I5 equal to I1 plus I2. Now let's move on to the KVL. KVL means Kirchhoff's voltage law, and we know that KCL is Kirchhoff's current law. So Kirchhoff's voltage law states you that the sum of all voltage rises and voltage drops in a circuit is equals to 0. It says basically that whenever there is a voltage terminal, if it is moving from negative to positive, we will take the sign for that voltage as positive, whereas whenever it will move from positive to negative, we will take it as negative. So if we see that if it is moving in a clockwise direction and the voltage is moving from negative to positive, that means voltage is positive. But V1 and V2, that means it is moving from positive to negative. V1 similarly for V2 will be positive to negative, that means V1 and V2 will be negative. So we get an equation that V minus V1 minus V2 equal to 0, and we get that V is equal to V1 plus V2. So this equation states that the sum of all voltage rises and the voltage drops is equal to 0. Now let's move on to the analysis of series and the parallel circuit. So we know that in analysis of series or in the series circuit, we have current as same. So for your remembrance, I told that as series have the letter I, that means current will be same. Whereas the parallel circuit, the voltage will be same and the current will get divided. So to get our equivalent resistance in the series, we will do the summation of the R1 plus R2, but for the parallel circuit, it will be 1 by R equivalent. So whenever you get a result like 1 by 2, you have to inverses to 2 to get your R equivalent. So it will be 2 ohm. Your SI unit is ohm. Now let's move on to the current divider rule and the voltage divider rule. Current divider rule states that in general that when the current through I1, we will take the total current multiply with the opposite resistance, that is the parallel resistance of the R1 and sum of the resistance. If it would have been I2, it will be I into the opposite resistance, that is the R1 by R1 plus R2 if it would have been I2. But if as it is I1, so we will take I into R2 by R1 plus R2. Similarly, for the voltage divider rule, we have a general form that voltage through R1 is the main voltage into the same resistance by the sum of the resistance. So if we want to find the potential difference across the resistance 1, it will be the main voltage into the same resistance, that is the R1, by the summation of R1 plus R2. The last and the lecture 7th of our power and energy, which was, so power says that the rate of doing work, that means the work you are doing, it need also to be calculated the time and how much time the work gets completed. That means power depends on the time, whereas the energy only depends on the how much work is done, that is the capacity to do work. That means if a boy is running 200 meters and another boy is running to 400 meters, that means the 400 meter run by the boy B will have more energy respective of the boy A. But the rate of doing work is power. That means whenever we will see that it is the power, that means the work need to be done but with a certain period of time. So I hope the revision of the DC circuit have been understood by you all, and it is in the brief way. So till then, be happy and see you all in the next lecture.
Now is the quote time. If opportunity doesn't knock, make a door. I hope you understood the revision of the DC, and thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at Classfly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.